So, Daniel, before we start to pick calls on 0701 88 7708 and also 0393 273232. You can send SMS on 0788 956494. I will be able to read it here as we continue with our discussion up to 8. That's when we'll be leaving the studios. This is Radio Pacis 94.5, 101.4, and 104.8 FM. Peace of Christ for all. Yes, to you, Daniel, how serious is the issue of rejection at hand? If I may ask you to summarize the challenges, is it so grievous that we need to take serious drastic action?
Yeah, we need to do something serious about this because, like I said it last time, and I'm still repeating it today, if you go to most homes, many individuals, many homes, staff, and organizations have increased the medical costs. People are going, in fact, people have become national drug stores. Every drug is coming into them. They are taking drugs every other time. I know we can fall sick. Even last week I was sick, but still you see that brush their teeth on by the roadside, and they will spend the whole of the day there. Then you wonder, what else can this person do? And these energetic men, and then at the end of the day, they will come and ask you, "Don't you have something small for me?" You know. So because they've lost their dreams, they have no purpose anymore. They're just living for the sake of survival. You know. And then there is a poor, negative attitude and outlook on selves. The poor mindset now. The other day I was talking to someone and said, "But can't you do something?" I said, "No, I can't, because you know our condition, you know how we are, you know." So people, in fact, we have amplified our condition than taking responsibility. We have now, people have gotten to a place of a state of confusion, bitterness, and anger, and jealousy, if I may combine all of those. And remember, jealousy is the last class you attend before you become a full-time witch. Mm-hmm. There is no way you can be jealous of somebody and then you wish them well. You will wish them evil. You know, before you know it, because of jealousy, you become a witch, a full-time witch, actually. You know, and we are seeing a lot of these things happen. You find people who have become so abusive, who have become so vulgar, the language they use, and you wonder. People have become so, you know, there are people who can speak and you don't want even to hear what they're saying because of the vulgar language they're using, out of the frustrations, out of the anger, out of the bitterness, out of the frustrations they're going through. We're also having a lot of cases of suicide and murder. And the problem, I said that last time, in many of our communities, when somebody commits suicide, we first cane their dead body before burying them. I'm asking myself, why and for how long shall we continue caning them? Why can't we be of a voice? Why can't we speak to them before they can actually commit suicide? But suicide has been on the rise in our communities. So many teenage pregnancies, I talked about that one earlier, drug and substance abuse, rate of unemployment is so high. I was talking with my colleague here. There was someone I was talking to, and this person says, "I cannot now apply for a job. I cannot go for interviews because I don't think I will go through, because I don't think I can make it anymore, because you know what I've been through." So it has become an issue. They are not employed not because they don't qualify, but they are unemployed because they have refused to go to seek for employment, because they now themselves, they don't see that there is actually still hope in them, that they can still matter, that they can still be able to perform. And then there was also a lot of depression. Depression is on the rise. Like that other day, I said it here. Depression, the problem with depression is when somebody is depressed and then they begin to experience the mental breakdown, quickly we say they are bewitched. We quickly say so and so has been, so and so should be, maybe the stepmother, maybe the step grandmother, maybe so and so is the victim. But actually, this depression is real. People can be depressed, and the result is coming from this continuous abandonment, the hopelessness somebody is feeling ends up with depression. They end up with serious stress, trauma, anxiety, and so on. There is loss of hope. There is separation. I talked about that earlier. There is divorce. If you talk to many of our young girls, there are so many single mothers who have come home. And here in Lubara, we call them Amvusia. And we even give them titles, you know, because for them, they don't settle in marriage, so they keep going and coming. And we even give them titles, you know. So there is a lot of low and no self-confidence. You tell somebody, can you come and do this? Ah, not today. Let me go and first prepare. I need to first prepare for it. Even others will tell you, I need to first go and fast and pray so that I can build. You know. So all of these things affect even decision making. That's why many people are now in isolation. They hide away from others. They are in a place where they are demotivated. There is nothing they think they can do. And we are having a lot of dysfunctional communities now. You go to the prison cells, they're full. The other day I went to Masaka prison before I came this side. A place which is meant for 200 inmates has over 1,200 people as I speak now. Now you can see that a huge population, even Arua main prison here, a facility which was meant for a smaller number, is hosting a lot of people. Why? There is a lot of crime. And this is a crime. This crime is coming out of the frustrations, out of the anger, out of the pain. People are doing foolish things. You know, just the other day in my village, it is sad to say, you know, in my village this year, somebody was murdered. You know, somebody was killed in my place, Alikwa, during Christmas. After having some, they said it was fun. They danced a bit, but in the process, as people were dispersing, there were fights, and then one guy was murdered and he was killed. And you can see all these are coming from frustrated fellows. These are coming from people who have lost hope. Let come what may, is what we say, because we know there is nothing that can come. So indeed, it is really a huge, huge, huge thing that we need to address.
Well, now from here, what steps can we take to really overcome this? Individual, as a family, as institutions, as a community, how can we overcome this?
Number one, looking at the issue of self-esteem. You know, for my friends who knew me, for all my OBs of Maracha, SS, those who were there with me in A-level 2003 and 2004, you well know, those who loved me gave me a nickname, Gerard Julia, because I was a Liverpool fan and they knew. By then, Julia was the Liverpool coach by then. And those who didn't like me, they used to call me OC, meaning oxygen consumer. They said I had an extra large nose. And I'm sure even my colleagues here now, you have taken note now to take note of my nose. And my nose has become a trademark, you know. At school, they were calling me OC. And we also had a cook, also they were calling him OC anyway. So you can see that people can reject you because of the way you look. And they can give you identity based on how crippled you are, how they feel you are not good enough, you know. But I want to say, first of all, accept yourself the way you are. Accept yourself. Because if you don't accept yourself, I can assure you, you will go into self-rejection, which is worse.
Okay, yes, Daniel, there are people already calling. As we get closer to the end of our program, let's keep talking to each other. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Happy New Year.
And the same to you.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
First of all, I'm 60 years old. A Pan-Africanist, a student of Professor Tajudin.
Yes.
I was at the rank of a lieutenant, retired now at home, based in Koboko. Thank you for this program.
Oh, you're most welcome.
Sometimes we did take up these issues, and we are trained to handle such a situation. I will focus on the three things concerning West Nile.
Yes, first.
About the self-esteem.
Yes.
One, I will begin with my field, the army. Currently, in West Nile, we have the common saying. These veterans are usually, they drink all their manners and all that. And remember, some of them did participate in most of these wars to bring democracy to Uganda. Now, coming home, they say, okay, for those ones who are injured, casualties, for you, you have been boasting in the army. You are looked upon by the civilians, mainly our politicians, as a burden, rather than a hero who fought for the democracy of this very country. Two, once you are a veteran at home, you were useful when you were still in the army. But once you are back home, go to any barracks within Uganda. Go and ask for assistance. How did you use your money? You were given packages. Not knowing that the things you are facing in the village are not known to those ones who are on active service. That is one. It brings the morale of these veterans who fought for this country and democracy to look really losing their self-esteem. Two, coming back to our police force. Every now and then, in each of the local radio stations, you hear about the police have done this. They are almost abused and blamed on every slight mistake. More so during the elections. So they really feel whatever they do is not appreciated. Then secondly again, the very government sometimes calls police names. Don't you think this one affects their morale? And it leads to what they are now.
True.
Finally, West Nile on the index of poverty, number 2. Don't you think that the two facts would have contributed to this laziness? Because everybody coming on the radio, whenever somebody says, look, we are poor in West Nile, they only refer to us as lazy. One, you are management. It has been scientific throughout. Anybody who thinks I'm telling lies can challenge me. Number 2, mulikula enyu. That has been the song. Number 3, nini alikuwa kwa nyanya. Don't you think it contributed to our being on the index of poverty, number 2? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate your views expressed. Yes, you can be part of the discussion by dialing 0701 887708 or 0393 273232. Hello. Yes, hello.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I am Ejiko Eli from Mone.
Yes, Ejiko.
I want to congratulate you for this program.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. Ejiko, we appreciate your congratulatory message. You could get back in case there are views or questions or clarifications that you want to make. Hello. Good evening to you.
Yeah, this is Christopher from Germany.
Yes, Christopher.
Yes.
Your question or comment? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to sometime.
Oh, yeah.
How is Pacis?
We are loud and clear. We are now in the Moyo too.
You try to take up something about rejection.
Yes.
You may find that, as my brother, one of the caller was trying to say that, you may find that even in the community, some people will be rejected. In a home, in a family, you may find that sometimes you'll be rejected. Sometimes even in the family, you may come with an idea which is whereby you think even something which can help the family. But people say, for us, we don't want this one. We don't have this kind of ideas. Even in the church, some ideas you may find that the Catholic priest will bring, but people are not bad about it. Then people even refuse. They will say, for us, even thinking this thing was not, how come that you started rejection everywhere? So now that's why it will now make you even to sometimes to hide yourself. Because I think that if now you come up with an idea, people will reject it. So now, that one now, for you, it will keep you all the time to be quiet. Because you may think that now people now they don't want you now. So this is what I would like to say. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Christopher from Ajumana. Okay, we have 5 minutes to go. Let me go over the messages on Facebook. I will sample 4, then I will sample 3 or 4 also from our SMS platform. Oh, but there are people here calling. Let's listen to them too. Yes, hello.
Yes, please.
Good evening.
Good evening, too.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Motis Kovia from Ragem.
Yes, Kovia.
Oh, I would like to first start by appreciating all of you for this program you have brought.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really grateful because I'm one of the victims of rejection. I've suffered from depression for about 3 years. Imagine applying for a job without being taken. Go for the interview, you don't win. Get into a new place, you are even rejected. I'd like to appreciate the program for that. Then my question is, apart from maybe raising actually the self-esteem, what next do we have to really do to avoid this rejection?
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you very much, Skovia. We appreciate. Yes, as for now, that's it for the calls. On Facebook, Glorious Gloria, tuned from Gulu. I am impressed with the discussion. Alice Darlene, getting your life from Dubai. Thank you, we appreciate. Avaga Vince, tuned from Michu. I'm enjoying the presentation. Okay, Nyakua Izeleo. Izeleo is live from, okay, is getting it live from Munyonyo. There are really no questions on Facebook. Let me go to our SMS platform. Good evening, presenter. I am happy. Okay, good evening, presenter, and happy new year. I'm Juma in Iranakem settlement. So I just want to know from you, me as a Juma, I have been rejected by family and community. Now I've lost funds. So how, okay, friends, so how do you, how are you going to rescue me in this short time? Okay, thank you very much. Just stay tuned. We'll respond to that. Thanks for the show. I'm Amotis Kovia from Ragem. My question is that how can we control rejection apart from having high self-esteem? Good, is Kovia called. Good evening, I am Peter. I am Rock Peter tuned in from Vora. Okay, this song could be coming your way later. I am Pacis Ambassador Kato from Maracha. I salute you. Thank you very much. Yes, not really so many other questions, but now the questions, they are all focusing on overcoming it. You had started, yes. Daniel, will you summarize in the next 2 minutes?
Yes, I want to first of all appreciate our veteran from Koboko. I want to say, Iyete Adruma. Thank you so much for the work you've done. One thing that I said it last time, and I want to say it again, is our own people have raised us in a place where when you have done so well, they don't say anything, they don't appreciate it. Until you do something wrong, that's when they blame you. Please, let's learn to appreciate, let's learn to say thank you. Personally, me, I am one person who has been appreciating the officers, especially the army, the police, and the prison. And I've been moving around to, you know, if time comes, at least in Masaka, I've been doing that, gather a few of them and say thank you to them. And we need to learn to appreciate our officers because we are sleeping in our homes because they are sleeping outside in the cold. My friend from Germany, Manzonyo Posi, Manzora, thank you for following the program from there. I want to pick from the things that I think, let me just compress what is here. Number one, I talked about accepting yourself the way you are, because people's opinion about you doesn't define you. I said how people used to call me OC, Oxygen Consumer, and you know, giving me different titles, which even affected my self-esteem actually, because if you look at my photos of Maracha SS, I didn't look street. Even my passport were even I will look down because of that. But now I want to encourage that discover who you are. Learn to build a strong relationship with God, because God who created you has a purpose for your life. Just know that. Discover who you are. Don't allow people's opinion define who you are. Believe what God says you are according to his word. Believe the word of the Bible. Accept feedback for your own growth. And then also talk to a counselor. That's why we are here. We are trying to let you know that there is still help. Help is available. Don't be on your own. Don't live in isolation, because isolation fuels depression. Find comfort in support groups and fellowships. Be in a fellowship. And then also mind your language, because words do not travel as grammar, but words travel as energy. You feel bad when somebody speak something to you. Why? Because the words did not travel as grammar, but they traveled as energy to either motivate you or to demotivate you. Then also mind your association, because the people you associate with most will demand participation from you. So who are the people who are giving you counsel, who is giving you advice? Mind those who are around you. And above all, I want to say this because of time. There were so many questions that how can I do this? First of all, I said it earlier on. First of all, know who you are. They may reject you, but that shouldn't be an issue for you to reject yourself. Accept yourself the way you are. Love yourself the way you are. Number two, build yourself up. Because at the end of the day, if people reject you because you're poor, the day you get money, they will always come. So build yourself up. I want to encourage you, build yourself. And in case you need to have time with us, please, help is available, like I said earlier. Then also, when you are seeking for the counsel, don't look for sympathy, but look for a solution. Because at the end of the day, I was there. I was in a place of saying, oh, we are rejected. There is this, we are struggling. But it could not help. Others will just say, oh, sorry. But now, when you look for solution, you will be able to deal with what is the cause of this, what has caused it, what can I do about it, how can I improve it. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Daniel Dratibi, for sharing with us guideline on how to overcome rejection. Yes.